Hello, everybody. So last night I decided that I am going to start a new series on my channel, and it's going to be giving you guys some tips on sniping. Uh, I'll be going through certain aspects of sniping, strategies, things to keep in mind when you're sniping. I'll be discussing what your loadout could be, not what it should be, what it could be. Let's see, maps and locations, tactics, uh, perks, and then the I'm gonna examine a bit of other people's habits in this game, and I will walk you guys through this and demonstrate on Call of Duty, and hopefully I can find some decent examples. So, all right, step one is your loadout. There are four different sniper rifles in this game. As you can see, I have three sniper classes set up. I have a thermal scope with stopping power, a sleight hand, and ninja, and a secondary with a red dot. Here I have basically the same setup, except for I dropped the thermal scope and put on full metal jacket. Uh, and here I have a stealthy one, which I actually need to work on and sort of get the hang of using. But I'll get to that when I get there. So anyway, my classes are named appropriately. A1 Assault 1, A2 Assault 2. SMG I sort of just do whatever with this class now. I really shouldn't rename it, but I'm just too lazy. So let's see. First of all, pick what rifle you want to use. Every rifle is different in its own way. Intervention is it's got power. It doesn't have the fire rate, but it is immensely accurate. It has a little bit of kick, but not too much. Um, if this is your rifle of choice, look to use those to your advantage. With the Barrett 50 cal, it has enough damage to where it could kill in one shot, but doesn't always kill in one shot, depending on where you hit your enemy. The same could be said for the intervention, but it gets one shot hits more often than the Barrett 50 cal does. So um, with the Barrett 50 cal, uh, you have the semi-automatic option. So if somebody gets close range to you, you can just spray the you know living hell out of them. Not so much with the intervention, because of the rate of fire, it being a bolt action rifle. So that's the Barrett 50 cal's advantages. The WA 2000. Um, Now I haven't looked up the info on this or anything, but the way I see it is this is a semi-automatic. I mean, as if you can tell by looking at the screen and looking at the stats and stuff. It's pretty accurate. It's got a little bit of kick, but most likely you're gonna have to shoot somebody twice with it. Not all the time, but less likely than you would with the Barrett Cal or the intervention. So, um, another drawback to this rifle that I've sort of noticed is that it takes up a lot of your screen. So if you are out of scope and just trying to watch for movement, basically your entire right side of the screen is taken up by the large rifle. Um, but yeah, uh, the M21. This gun has practically no kick. It's semi-automatic. It's gonna take two shots to kill somebody, definitely. But unless it's a headshot or neck or something like that. But it is very accurate. It's got a good fire rate. And just like all the other rifles, it has maximum range on it. So let's run through the accessories. With the intervention. First of all, when you first get this gun, you have no attachments for it whatsoever. Silencers on the intervention. I would recommend only doing this up until you unlock your heartbeat sensor, then never doing it again. ACOG scope. Now, this I'll explain a little bit later, but the ACOG scopes are more for really aggressive sniping, like not even sniping, I guess you could say. It's just single shot assault, I guess I could say. I mean, it does take talent to do, so I'm not hating on anybody that does that. Full metal jacket is basically, well, I mean, a little bit extra damage and then wall piercing availability. If you have full metal jacket on any of these, it does add damage as well as the ability to penetrate through walls. So, as you know, heartbeat sensor, thermal scope, and the extended mags. I haven't really used these, mostly due to the fact that when I am sniping with this weapon, I have sleight of hand on, just because I like to scope in real fast. But I could see it being an advantage with the other rifles, but not so much with the intervention. All right. With the Barrett, I haven't unlocked everything yet. I haven't unlocked the extended mags, but it's basically the same thing. Uh, I mean, the silencer on this is okay, but I mean, good luck really trying to silence a 50 caliber rifle. Um, but as all silencers, it cuts the range down quite a bit. Same thing with the ACOG scope, except for now you can spray and pray. So if you are using the ACOG scope on this rifle, I would actually suggest using steady aim as well as your in your third perk with the ACOG, because then you have the spray and pray option from just hip fire. Um, and that's pretty much the same thing with all these other semi-auto rifles. So now that I've run you through the rifles and their attachments, let's go back down to secondary. Now, with your secondary, you're gonna want something that you can pull out fast. The shotguns are good, especially the Model 1887s, but I really hope that they patch that, and nerf them a little bit, because they're a little bit too strong, too far range, too good a rate of fire for holding two of them at the same time. But the other shotguns seem to fall into place just fine. Uh, but yeah, as for the launchers, I mean, use another class for launchers and stuff. Put on cold-blooded and shoot down UAVs and all that stuff all you want. So basically, we're looking at machine pistols and handguns. Handguns are very fun if you get a kimbo, but they're not accurate enough. If you're in close quarters with somebody and you are, normally when I'm in close quarters with somebody, it's because they've discovered me, and I'll switch to my secondary sometimes. I mean, sometimes I'll just, try to be a badass and no scope them or scope in real quick and kill them. But anyway, when I do switch to my secondary, if it's a set of akimbos, then it's gonna take longer for me to shoot them, because it doesn't take too long to get them both out or anything like that. It's just that there's a really big hit on your accuracy. So as you're shooting, you'll be missing shots, and in those missed shots, you actually lose the opportunity. Like, as you're missing those shots, your enemy is shooting you directly with whatever weapon they have. Um, so I really don't recommend the standard pistols. They're great for their purpose. I mean, tactical knife is a very fun thing to do, but it's not practical for what we need it as our secondary anyway. So into the machine pistols. Basically, the PP2000, G18, and TMP are roughly the same. I mean, they all have their different amount of kick to them, which you really have to. It's an acquired taste. But once again, I wouldn't really go akimbo with these, because the same reason as with your pistols, you can't scope in or anything. I would usually just go red dot sight, or holographic sight, but I mean the holographic sight's really big and bulky looking, so I usually just roll red dot. Um, and that's your secondary weapon. Let's see, I'm gonna have to split this up into a couple videos. Equipment. I will go over this later in tactics, but you're gonna want it as semtex. Trust me. A lot of people are using tactical insertion. I was using tactical insertion for a while, and it's fun, but it can get you in trouble. So yeah, I just hit the 10-minute mark, so check the next video and you'll get the rest of this tutorial.